I don't even know where to start. First, I wanted to start by the hand of God. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back it up one page. And I looked up Catalonus, and I don't see anything other than the son of the cat. ATA, 1, 2, sun, ring, our sun, the ring, our ring, almost Lord of the Flies. This one becomes 171. This is the connection of the gateway in the piano. Do you know how it works? Do you remember in the piano you have two keys and one key and white keys and black keys? There's one key in between, and there's one white key every 7 keys or so that doesn't have a black key to the left of it. Well, the K comes down like this. It's the hand of God. This area is 666. The center is 3 of 3. Between this side and this side of the switch that goes up and down is 2 and 4. Or if you wanted to use it this way, right? And we were using it on each hand in its own 2 and 4. Well, this is the way it would be, just like this. 2 and here's your 3, okay, and here's your 2 and your 4, and then here's your 1 and your 5. Your 1 and your 5 is just like looking at the 2 card in the deck of cards. Here is the hand of God, 105. Why? Here's the 0. The area is area 5. The 1 area is area 5. 105. The hand of God. Why not 2 hands of God? Because one has to understand, hey, what are you doing, hand? What are you doing? Hey, you're not going to do that. How come? You know you're going to get hurt. Is that what God taught us? That's right. We're a machine. How do you call what your mind does if it's not an instrument of IT, artificial intelligent technicians within? We change our minds. Mary, quite contrary, had a little runt. If we went around the horn and we went from 9 to the catcher, is the catcher, what number is the catcher? 8? I don't know the numbers in baseball, but I have to do that number again. But for me, it's third base, second base, first base is the first way to do it. It comes out that 3, 1, and 2 is 6 and 18. 6 and 0 because of the time clock. Because of the hand of God, he is the 6 of 0. He is all the 6s of 0. That's all this is 666. 1 and 5, 4 and 2, 3 and 3. That's it. Okay? Now we're going to get on to what Mary spoke about. 4 BC was the time. 4 BC. B is 2. C is 3. 4, 2, 3. 211.5. 211.5. Take away the 2, put 11.5. The famous number 23. Why was it like this? 50 times 47 is 2350. 30 times 47, okay, makes it 3760. I just showed you the hand of God is 60. It's only on God's hand can he make an inquirement. There is nothing here. If there was anything here, it was 66. Nothing happens on 0. If time was 47, okay, that means it had to happen 3 years before Herod had passed. 43, which is DC, which is Earth and Mars that we run within our mind, times 47. 47 times 43. Let me take a look. (2021) DC 2021 versus DG. 3760 is 80 times 47. Moses was 47 by 47 is 2209, bringing life to 6 and 9 because 09 says he brought one world. That's why they crossed over the water from one world into the next. You don't think one ocean could be moved to the another ocean? And we connected oceans within our own world from underneath? You don't think it can happen? Come on, man. You need an imagination. So now we have the white bicycle wheels. Sun, angel, our angel sun. Communication, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 is 7 and 8. That is the queen of the 12th moon. The cat in the hat that owns all the hats for all the moons. In this one over here, inside of 7,000 X and V wherever you go, right? This is Grover Cleveland, and they made a switch. There's something to do here. Anyways, the 42nd president was when it began. No, we're not going to go to that. This is not the greatest video so far. What I'm going to go to next is these are all numbers of what is associated between Moses and Jesus. Okay? I'm leaving out Noah for now. Because for now, if you wanted to do Noah and Adam, you would have to go 21 times 47, unless it was half-life. 41 by 47 is 987. 987 times 2 equals 1974. 1973, 1974. Don't forget, if you lose, if you fall down, if the car gets in an accident this year, last year was a completed year. We do the books when the year is over. So last year was the completed year. So when you come into this world, you lose minimum 1 year because you are born, okay, from one world into the next, and the seconds keep ticking. So if you're born in between the 31st and the 1st, you have to remove that part of the year. 6 months before, 6 months after. Or are the years only 9 months? Because the pregnancy is only that 9 months. You understand? They added on new worlds. They added on new years. We went from 9 months, 270 days. Then we went to 288 days for the link. And then they added another 72 days. Another thing I wanted to mention. Because I cannot use 33 and 47 is 80 to equal Hebrew time when Jesus came to be birthed. Jesus is 47:33, giving him 1551, right? You want to see 1551? 5 and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 7 and 7 is 14. Let me show you another way. There is so much that I have ramassed in my head that I'm trying to rush through these videos. I'm not putting out the quality that I want because there's just so much. If we sat together and talked together, we could each say, I'll know at that time if anybody wanted to pick up on the information that I see, whether they see it themselves, we can share. And at least I'll say, somebody did, I must have did something right, or I have to continue, or nobody understands, so what am I doing wrong? Okay? So what happens is 7 times 5, 7 plus 5 is 47. 4774 is time of Jesus. Okay? Jesus and Christ is 77 and 74 is 151. Now, 7 plus 7 equals 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. 7 plus 7 is 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 5 plus 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. This, the number of Jesus, the Hebrew year, this year, electric company of Alpha Beta. This distinguishes the L letter plus Alpha Beta, how everything got created. 1, 2, 3, 5, because 4 is inside 5, where the 3 plays the role of 1, inside where 2 is inside 3. We have it on both sides. We play to the tune of the hand of God, of the information network that we can understand and process. We understand and process what we have learned. Another thing I wanted to mention is that because it was 80 times 47, I want to go to a minimum, 79. The minimum would be 3713. Now I want to go above 80. I have 3807. The difference is 94. That is Uranus. Venus, difference with Uranus, and this is the gateway to the birthway of who he is, the earth man. At the same time, we want to do 53. Because 53, now the time is 47 to rebalance time. Not to rebalance the time of 10, which is the division of the movement of the spirit inside the soul, other than what the soul has to move himself. When the soul starts to move, this number will go to 73. 7 and 3 will connect, and 1 and 9 will connect, 10, 10. So this is 53 times 47. This one over here becomes 63. Why? 6 and 4 is 10, 3 and 7 is 10, 5 and 4 is 9. That's the soul birth. This full 10 is what comes to the full other world to make this 9 run into its own 10. But it runs over here. That's why this one turns this one into a 10. This one becomes a 10. The 1 is carried to here. This one becomes a 10, but it has to look like this. This becomes 96. 9 and 4, 6 and 7, 13, 13 equals 44, the presidency we're in. When I multiply this, it becomes 1410. We are in the 2014. On the 4th of the 10th of next month will be the blowing of the last sound in the Alpha Delta world, in which 3 times 47 becomes 141 in exchange with the 5 key. With the 5 key in both worlds. 1 for 1, because it's 1 up here and 1 up here and 1 over here and 1 over here. Then we have 1 on this side and 1 on this side. Plus the, do you understand the cherries we hold? There's 4 corners in here. When we're moving, okay, you can go around, okay? But when your round has to lift itself up to the maximum, okay, that round is squared off because you're looking at the height. You're not looking, the whole ball moves in. Do you follow me? Otherwise, you're running in a cylinder or whatever you want to call it, and now it's like a, you know, when you go to you turn on the tap, they champleur, eh? You know what it is? You know what I'm saying? It becomes like the valve. Yeah, that's right. Okay, it's the valve. So Mary, that's what it is. You see, Jesus was born 3 years before the year 2000 because they told you the end of the cycle. They don't even know if he was born in the kitchen or born in the barn. For all I know, Jesus probably had such a small dick, okay, that they weren't sure if it was a girl or a boy. Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty. I said, geez, us? Don't forget, it could have been me. How much more nasty can I do than blame it on me? He could have had a small, blame it on me. I could. Maybe I just do. Okay, I couldn't, I do. I wanted to show a new thing off. You see this says the new moon, which is backwards, meaning after you get the first moon, the second moon, the third moon, on the next moon that you get the full moon of a new moon, it becomes a new moon because the moon is coming from another direction. It's not the same moon, it's a new moon. They cleaned it and they washed the glass on the moon and they put that moon back out there. Let's wash the glass on the moon. Do you really think that all those moons actually exist exactly like that? They do. In your belief, everything exists, and so does it in mine. And also, to add to my belief, I think half those moons were made by man. Some glass manufactured company that made some good glass, that's all. Just some good, shiny glass, as tough as metal, that never breaks. And even if it cracks, don't worry, it's just another petal on the moon. So we're going to get now to all these numbers, in which these numbers were how we got to number 41. Well, the way we get to number 41, okay, is 5 times 6, and 5 plus 6 equals 30, plus 11 is 41. How we get to 47 is because 5 by 6 is 30, the 0 gets a 6. Add 6 to 41, it becomes 47. 0 gets 6, makes it 56. Now we work all these numbers high and low because it's 666. 3 and 3 in the center. 5 and 1 on the outside. 4 and 2 in the middle. 666 gets 60 seconds and 60 minutes of 1/5 of a time that the horse races around the mile track with a guy in the back on 2 wheels being pulled by 4 legs. So this little video that I did right now is because we were looking at Mary. The other thing I want to say, here's another thing. 123, 50 stars, 2.5 dozen eggs in a tray, 47th to Jesus of time times ABC equals 5781. 3 moons of G and E, 3 moons of George, and something to do with Venus. Who is Venus? Ha! Of life. A and H, angel resident, because 18 is the angel resident. 9 times 9 is 81, is Pluto, in which Pluto, okay, the birth, why do we go 1988, 1924? Because it was born in 1923, but 1924 was your first full year. You died in 1988, but 1987 was your last full year. Here there's a total of 63 plus the 1 year. 63 plus 24 is 87. What is the total I have in years? Let's do it another one. Let's take 1979. 1979 to 1987, add 8. How many years? 1989 to 1987, how many years? 1989, 1990, 1979, 1979 to 1987 is 8 years, is that correct? 1979, 1980, 1981, 1982, 1983, 1984, 1985, 1986, 1987. I just counted 9 because that's why you add the 1 year after. Do you understand? Because you're adding from here to here without adding where you're standing. Okay? 123, which is 50, 40, and 43 are the 43rd president. Take away Grover Cleveland, and right now the 43rd president is in office right now, B&O. Okay? Time of Jesus, you add them together, it's 170. 170 becomes 176, becomes the spirit of 176 inside the Venus world of general electric moons that were running in the Hebrew year at 5775, where 3 19s make the moon, and 9 by 9 equals to 81 would be 1999. 1999 becomes 9111 in a 10-10-10 world. 1999. Just take 99, we get 44, because 4499 is 1313, lucky 2 lucky 13s. A to M and N to Z. A to M, and then we get N to Z. From man, M-A-N, A to M, N to Z, from man. In the name of man, New Zealand. 13 and 26 equals 39. This equals 15 and 39. Equals to 54. This will equal to 11. 1 plus 5 is 6. 3 plus 9 is 12, and 6 is 18. 1 times 5 is 5. 3 by 9 is 27. 32. The back door for the 3 worlds is 666. Well, you can go into one world, you're coming out of the other world, you're already in it, you don't have to go in it, you don't have to count it. That's the reason for one of the reasons of the multiplication not counting unless you're counting what you're doing and where you're from. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Even the Hebrew language, everything gets cut and twisted and designed, okay? And like I said, Catalonis, if you're going to ask me something, please send me a link so I can go and check it out. So what I'm going to say right now is 43, okay? 43 times 47 is 2021. But, okay, if Herod died 4 years before, instead of coming, we'd be in the year 2019. The cycle ends in 2021. You cannot count it. So then you count 2020, but you can't count that because 1 and 0 go together. So you only can count 19. So we're coming into 2015 plus the 4 Herod years is 2019. And it's the next one, which is the full year, is your 2020. That's why you don't count the 20. You don't count the 20 until you do your books at the end of the year, but you're doing your books in the 20th cycle. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. 123 times 47 is the year 5781. It is now. We are right in the cycle right now. All the numbers you want to see from the Mayan to the Israelis, from the Israelis to the Africans, down to the undergrounds of New Zealand. It's all what you think in your mind, the imagination. Let us go forth. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I'm on it.